Football is
By my
dead.
opinion,
Football is
this
dead.
idea is
Football
a
is
spit
dead.
in the face of all football lovers.
Now is the perfect time to panic because the beautiful game we all love is dead. The game we followed all our lives is gone. The game that allows us to actually interact with real people is dead. The game that allows grown men to shout on the internet is long gone. After conducting thorough investigation with some of the best security agencies in the world, we found what killed football.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Money has killed football. Nowadays, everyone is out here trying to get the bag. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I'm out here trying to chase the bag. Everyone you hate and love is out there getting the bag. The ex-wife you hate so much is probably chasing the bag faster than you. And you know what? There's no problem with that.
Okay.
You see, for football, it's different. Football federations and football owners are getting the bag at the expense of football. They are treating football like their sugar daddy. The worst part is that they don't even care about the players or the fans. This is like trying to impress a baddie by saying all the bad things about your homeboy. For starters, players are playing so many games. Someone like Bruno has played more than 250 games in the last 5 years for a Man United side that has been mostly trash. I'm surprised that his legs are still working. Bukayo Saka has played so many games since the start of his career. I doubt if he'll still be working at 30. To be fair, you may argue that more games means more entertainment. Some will say that these players are getting paid so much money to play football. I agree with all that, but the big dogs are taking home the most money by adding all these unnecessary games that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for the Champions League expansion. Nobody asked for the Conference League. Nobody asked for the FIFA Club World Cup. Nobody asked for the UEFA Nations League. All these games are meant to generate money.
This is not a pitch, it's a crime scene. That was criminal.
You see, big clubs usually have a huge expenditure as compared to smaller clubs. They pay higher wages, make expensive transfer, plus they need money to bribe officials once in a while.
Really, nigga?
Since the money they get from standard leagues doesn't cover all the expenses, they need a way to make some extra money. It all started with the creation of the Super League, a league that died quicker than any black guy in a horror film. A league where only the best of the best were invited to the party. The worst part is that most of the founding members were down bad. Most didn't even deserve to be included in any Super League. A team like Barcelona were drowning in debt, and this was months after getting thrashed 8-2 by Bayern. AC Milan were a dead team since they won the Champions League in 2007. Arsenal were flirting with position 8 all season. Man United were a team that lost all its glory since the Ferguson days, and somehow they keep getting worse each season. This joke of a league also had a team like Tottenham. The same Tottenham that have not won a thing since the release of the first Iron Man movie. The same Tottenham who have a trophy cabinet that is emptier than my DMs. By the way, if you're a female person by any chance, just say hi. After multiple protests from fans and threats to be kicked out of the standard leagues, the Super League was shut down. This might have caused controversy, but this idea was so good that FIFA and UEFA decided to steal it. There was no way they were letting someone else run it. They decided to create Super Leagues of their own. Because of this greed, we are now forced to watch matches like Petrocab versus Pafos, Vikingur Reykjavik versus Borak Banjaluka, Landa Boleslav versus Jagiellonia. And I know you're wondering, who are these guys? For Christ's sake, Chelsea were forced to beat the guy that built the Ark by 8-0.
No! No!
No wonder so many players are getting season-long injuries. To be fair, I'll probably fake an injury if I had to play a team called Noah.
Yeah, boy.
The biggest problem about big clubs trying to get extra money is that they kill the competition. Smaller clubs can no longer compete, at least not with the budget of a homeless drug addict against the budget of a cartel drug lord. This one is mostly evident in the Premier League. The Premier League is broken. For 2 seasons running now, the 3 promoted teams are all getting relegated. The gap between the Premier League and the Championship is widening. Teams coming from the championship no longer have a chance. This might not seem like a problem at first until you realize that it's affecting the championship too. Just look at the current championship table. Leeds, Burnley and Sheffield United have all been in the Premier League recently. These are the modern day yo-yo clubs. They get embarrassed in the Premier League, then go to the Championship to absolutely tear it into pieces, then back to the Premier League and the cycle continues. Come on, I don't want to see another season of Sheffield United getting destroyed in the Premier League every week. I would rather we get a new team like Bristol City or Coventry, or bring back the good old Sunderland. When you look at the Spanish league, there is no way a team like Real Valladolid is competing against a team like Real Madrid, especially not with all the money that Real Madrid have. In the Scottish League, it's usually a two-horse race. If Celtic are not winning it, then Rangers are definitely winning it. The game is rigged and only the rich can manage to play in it and actually win it. But the small clubs have a way at getting back at these rich morons. They have their own way of winning in this game. They have the power of overpricing players in the transfer market. This might seem like a good thing since the big clubs have the money and it's not like they're getting forced to pay it. But in actual sense, it's not a good thing. This is where the small clubs contribute to the death of football because of money. They inflate the market while providing the most average players. Nowadays, you get the most average player for 80 million. Back in 2009, this is the kind of fee you'll pay for the greatest player in the game. Nowadays, 80 million is not even enough to buy you a Harry Maguire.
Seriously, what the fuck?
80 million can only get you a striker that can score open goals to save their lives. Nowadays, if you need a good player, you must be willing to pay at least 100 million. And even then, you must be careful not to get scammed since you might end up signing a player like Joao Felix. What? Just ask Barcelona about signing expensive players that don't work. These are the kind of operations that leave you broke, like a recently divorced husband. If I'm signing a player for 100 million, they better score at least 20 goals or at least play like a 100 million rated player, not strolling around the pitch like someone with diarrhea. I get the feeling that this money chasing thing is already full blown. I don't think we are coming back from this. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Also tell me where you are watching from. See you in the next one.